we couldn't have laptops here, right? So we just decided to print it.
That's nice.
It starts out, if you can see, right here, right? And what it does is it explores all the options available to it, right? So it's explored 573 options so far, and it's going nuts, you know. It's just exploring every single option and sorting those options by cost, which is calculated based on a whole bunch of different variables. And this includes...
It just occurred to me what you mean by router. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
When you said router, you know, the first thing that came to my mind is the piece of hardware, router. Like a network packet router.
I've been thinking about this application for so long, I just kind of make the assumption.
Maybe to introduce to people like me route planning
the trip planning algorithm. Well, this is a visualization in OpenGL of that application. Right? So it's starting there and it's going through all the different options. You can already see that it prefers Yonge Street. It's going much further up Yonge and it's going really far along Bloor because that's where the subways are. And I think that's Eglinton. It just explores all the different options, right? Just constantly. Just going and going and going and going.
I like what you've done with the way it's like an animation style book.
Well, we have a video of this, but again, we couldn't bring it, right? And then it finds the solution. Right now it's not optimized. It's still exploring 8,000 options to get from here to here. And it includes all of this. This is everything that it's explored. But it doesn't take any time at all. So it doesn't even matter if we optimize it or not. Because it's so fast, it doesn't matter, right? But it really could be a lot faster.
And this is in C?
This is all C.
And who implemented the algorithm?
That's actually a combined effort, right? I know C, and my business partner Kieran. Actually, this is probably a good photo. I would say that he invented the algorithm and prototyped it in Ruby, and then I implemented it in C because Ruby can't handle it, right?
Looking at distributed hash tables and how they relate to social networks or not. Like,
That's awesome, man. I'm very interested in that, actually. Maybe tell me if this relates or not. I've been thinking, like, one of the biggest problems I find in web applications, the scalability, is data, data storage. And relational databases,
That's right.
different? Very different.
I think it's quite similar, Perl and Ruby.
I think the development environment's different in the sense of I don't know, I can get around Ruby a little bit easier. Perl, maybe I didn't give it a fair chance because I never got a chance to get into as deep as I did with Ruby and really dive under the hood and understand what was happening well enough to really mold it to fit everything I needed it to do.
Concepts defined, like someone defines a car and an automobile, they're the same family, but they're just used different terminology. Overall,
so it's like doing that without having to do it, letting the... That's awesome, man.
No, absolutely. No, that's why when you start looking at the meta level information, right, you're not actually talking about the different instances. You're talking about the classes themselves and the objects, right? You're not talking about Bob, you're talking about a person, right? And what's similar between Bob and Jane? Well, they're both people. So now you get to treat them exactly the same.
How do you know that? How does the algorithm work? Do you have a list of every single name, like Bob, Jane, Bob is a male, Jane is a female, and then it finds, like, compares it, and then it tries to, like, structure it out?
Yeah, well, it depends.
It's like language, like a verb, a noun, a subject, an object, so context.
An adjective would be an action, so it would be a relationship between two different verbs, or two different nouns, right? Actually, you're getting into natural language processing, right? Yeah. So that's actually looking at the syntax.
So that's my software company with Jeff.
Jeff, I'm Bart.
Bart?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Bart. That's my Mr. Post?
Yeah. Nie tak dobrze. But basically, there's two ways to look at it. One is looking at the structure of something, right? So you're looking at the hierarchical information. That's basically
an external JavaScript must contain the script tag, true or false.
Okay.
False.
False is correct.
You don't need external. You don't need a script tag.
All right, got got an easy one right.
Yeah.
What would you like to
The harder one.
for Ruby or Rails or front end?
For Ruby.
Okay. I don't know if we have any hard ones, but I've got some medium ones.
Okay.
Crispy Uccello on Google.
Say that again.
Kristen Crispy Uccello with a K.
Domainer.
Domainer.
Nice T-shirt.
Thanks.
So this is your project.
This is my company actually.
Okay.
Domainer, we've been in business for about 4.5 years, working on this stuff, and our concept is pretty simple. How do you get publishers and developers working together in a seamless way? So low barrier of entry for publishers, very low barrier of development for developers. The way it works is, publisher comes into our system and does two things. They create a template, a skin, as you were, where they provide us with a URL to a page on their domain. Maybe it's a blog, so they point to the main page. Then they click and say, okay, I want this content here on this page that you pulled in to be replaced with an application. They save that, that's their skin, okay? They then enter our application store, where they can choose from any number of applications that are registered with our system. Say it's like comparison shopping or news aggregation or roll your own search, something that would add value to their site. They configure it by saying things like, let's say it's comparison shopping, so you have a purses and handbags blog. You want to have comparison shopping show up on your site that shows the different prices and different store offerings for purses and handbags. So you configure the shopping app to say, all right, my category is purses, and I'm interested in handbags, and the keywords might be Dolce & Gabbana, or, Coach, or some name label. Once you've configured it, you save it, and now you've got a skin and an application.
About?
Sure. My name is Ed, and I'm a software developer with the Zulu Group. Zulu Group is a software consultancy that's based here in Toronto, and we help serve small businesses to realize their startup dreams. So we work mainly with startup clients, and we're looking for two Rails developers to help us out. We're looking for a more senior guy and a more junior guy. So if you're interested, drop us a line at info@zulao.com. That's ZOLOU.com.
Hey guys, are you trying to set up?
Yeah.
No space for you?
Spot.
You should have come earlier.
This is true.
So, I'm Pete Ford, I work at Enspace, and I'm going to share with you the philosophy of marketing as it applies to anything that you're passionate about. So, the thing to keep in mind is that people will almost never believe what you tell them. Sometimes they'll believe what their friends tell them, maybe they'll believe what you show them, but they'll almost always believe what they tell themselves. So, the key to marketing anything is to give them a story to tell themselves.
Great. So, as I said, I want to replicate this for the Perl community, and the ideas to take away from this are no computers, encourage creativity in the participants.
Some people contacted me and said that they didn't know what to put on their posters, and so I told them, easy, everyone has a story. You've got a story to tell. Start off with a timeline. When did you start programming Ruby for us? For you, when did you start programming Perl? What have you built in the time since? Who have you met? Where have you gone? What have you done that you didn't get to do if you hadn't discovered that? And it's amazing how people how you see the light bulb go off in their eyes, and they go and make awesome posters.
Excellent.